What up, everybody? Woo! Woo! It's been a while. It feels like it's been a long time. It does feel like it's been a long time. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing tonight? Happy Monday. We're gonna keep the background music on. Keep the background music on. Happy Monday, everybody. Let's do some quick shout outs. I appreciate you being here. Eric, Andrew, Vincent Van Gogh. What? Love your work. Leonard, what up, Leonard? I see Cal, first timer in the house. Welcome. Welcome, Cal. You'll find this community is pretty fun. You'll learn a bunch. Nightbot in the house. Salty in the house. What up, Salty Dangler? Muto, what up? What's up, guys? I see Doug. El Sueño in the house. Free beer. Getting those beers. Nice. Kyle S. What up, Kyle? Welcome back to the show. I've seen you in here before. I see El Matador. Adrian, what up, dude? Welcome. What up, MMFC crew? Nice, dude. I see, who else do I see in here? I see Muto, Eric. Good, good, good. I see Aaron. What up, Aaron? Good to have you on, buddy. Aaron Kruger in the house. Let's see. Captain Dan. What up, Captain Dan? Good to have you on, Captain Dan. I see. Dario. What's up, Dario? Two geeks in the house. What's up, Amir? Welcome. I'm starting to get everybody's name. Tyler. What up, Tyler? Brad. What up, Bryony in the house? What's up, Bryony? Teammates. Mr. Brian Lexi Fish is in the house too. What's up, Brian? Welcome back. Thanks for being an awesome co-host. I see Roger. What up, Roger? Welcome. DFA in the house, dude. DFA in the house. Aaron and Roger are here. Davinki, what up, dude? Welcome here. Welcome to the show. Oh, Loop, welcome back, dude. Welcome back, Jesse. What up, Jesse? Spotty Girl, what up? Welcome back. Thanks for showing up, guys. Today's gonna be like one of those crazy shows where I just kind of talk about random stuff. It's gonna be fishing related, and it's also gonna be community related, like the stuff we have. So if I'm not sure if Coach is available today to do surface temperature charts, but Captain Scotty will be calling us a little bit later, around 7:30, and we're gonna get a fishing report from him because we haven't had a fishing report from Captain Scotty in a while. And I know it's been cold and crazy. The storm's been crazy, but I think he's still been getting out and doing some kind of fishing, or at least prepping for it. So we're gonna get a status update from him later on at about 7:30. And if Coach is available, we'll sneak him in there either before that or after that. We'll play by ear. It's Monday. We're trying to have some fun. Hope you guys had a good day at work today. If you didn't go to work today, well, that's even better. If you had a day off. Yeah. yeah, Eric. We're talking about personal stuff, Eric. So, let's do the pop top first, and then we'll get into some of these topics. Okay, I have a lot of stuff to talk about, and I'm open to bringing up new discussions. So if you guys want to bring something up in the chat, put it in the chat. We'll talk about it. It's a talk show after all. Geez, so gee whiz. Fishy hour. Are we gonna learn how to stop a bloody nose? Oh, you sure are, Jesse. You sure are. All right, here we go. Let's do a pop top. On a if you're new to the show, Cal, this is how it works. At the beginning of every show, I open a drink that's a pop top. This time I'm drinking ginger root beer, Sevia ginger root beer. And on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best pop top you ever heard, 1 being the worst, rate this pop top. What up, Tyler? What up, Hyder? Not too bad, not too bad. Not too bad, not too bad. I would do the pour, but when I pour it, it loses all the fizz, and I don't like flat soda. Cheers, cheers, cheers. Happy Monday. Oh, it tastes just like root beer. Let me know what you're drinking tonight in the chat. It doesn't have to be alcoholic. It could just be a regular drink. Tough judges in the crowd today. What up, Max? Welcome. I see Roger. What up, Roger? I got 6, 8.5, a 7.82, a 5, an 8, a 6, 8.9. I liked it. A 9.8. Ooh, thanks, Hyder. Very cool. Very cool. Oh, Hyder's drinking H2O. Good for you. I'm also chasing this with water too. So, ice water. Ooh, I got a 9 from Leonard. Thanks, Leonard. Ice cold H2O. Monday. Yep. What up, Roy? Welcome. Okay, so let's talk about the Saturday. So, was it Friday night? I was playing games with the fellas, and after our gaming session ended, my wife had got us in and out, and so I went and got my burger. I warmed it up. I was gonna start eating it, and I went to take a big bite, and I think opening my mouth or stretching my mouth out kind of pulled something in my nasal cavity. We've been at home since the whole COVID thing, right? And since it's been cold lately, we've been running our heater a lot. And so I think what happened is it dried out the inside of my nose, like all of like the nasal walls were dry, and so that motion of stretching my mouth open so big might have it didn't might have it actually I think it caused some of that dryness to crack, and along those cracks are all these little like blood vessels all over your nose and stuff, inside and outside. So inside my nose and in this nostril, part of that crack happening also severed like a little vessel, like a little vein. And so I took a bite of the burger. I was middle of chewing it, and I felt like warm coming down my face. And I was like, whoa. And I looked at my napkin because I had the burger here. Luckily, no blood landed on my burger. It just landed on my napkin that was holding my burger. So I saw it bright red. I was like, oh wow. So I kind of put the burger aside, pinched my nose, and tried to get the bleeding to stop. And I was kind of alarmed at the volume of blood that was coming out. And I was like, wow, that's a lot. Like I've had bloody noses before. It's not a big deal. But this was weird. It was like a lot. It was like a stream. It was like a stream. It wasn't shooting out of my nose, but it was pouring out. Like definitely pouring out. So I kind of freaked out a little bit. Didn't know what to do. But besides put pressure on it. And so I got a napkin to put pressure on. I stuffed it in there. I plugged it up and I put pressure on it. Tried to get it to stop. And after like 5-10 minutes, I couldn't resist. I had to check if I was still bleeding. So I pulled the paper out, and sure enough, it was just pouring just as fast. So I plugged it up again. And I can feel it running into my throat. And then I was like freaking out. So then I like pinched it even harder in a different area, kind of try to figure out where it actually was. So once I put pressure on the actual spot inside of my nose, it seemed to stop the bleeding a little bit, but then I felt it coming over to the other nostril. It was so gross. Anyway, long disgusting story short. I got the bleeding to stop, but only after holding it there for like, I don't know, 45 minutes. So I held it there for 45 minutes, and then I think it finally like built like a cauterize or whatever. However you call it. Not cauterize. It like whatever. It stopped bleeding. But I eventually pulled out the tissue, and it was like a big long section like that of just like blood stuck on itself. It was disgusting. And probably shouldn't be talking about this, but it was just gross. So that was like on Friday night before I went to bed. And like, so once I got the bleeding to stop, it kind of calmed down a little bit, and I started doing research on the internet, see what it was, what it could be. And they're like, yeah, if you're running your AC too long, if you're running your heater, especially now, it's gonna make it gonna dry out the inside of your nose. So they're like, okay, the one quick thing you can do is start putting Vaseline all over the inside of your nose. So that's what I've been doing for a couple of days. Anyways, that next morning, when I got up to get my stuff ready to go fishing, I went to pick up my kayak, and that strain of picking up my kayak to put it on the cart, like, made it happen again. It was disgusting. So, yeah. So anyway, that morning I was like, yeah, you know what? I'm done. I had to hold it in place for another 30 minutes, and then it was good to go. But at that point, I didn't feel comfortable being on the water and having something like that happen. I just didn't want to deal with it. It looked like I was getting like murdered on my kayak or something. It was just gross. Sounds like you need to moisturize your nostrils. Yeah. Yeah, so no, not Netipol. I've just been putting like straight up Vaseline all over the inside, and I've been coating the inside of my nose with Vaseline. Anyway, TMI. That's what happened on Saturday, guys. I apologize for not showing up. So there you go. That's what's gonna happen. Lucky for me, it wasn't an official tournament day. I can't miss one more tournament day. If I do, I'm pretty much behind the curve. So I have to stay in it, and maybe just wear like some of those diving plugs where they just kind of plug your nose and go fishing anyway. I don't know. But yeah, so I kind of backed myself into a corner here with the tournament, but I'm still going to try my best and see what I can do. I've seen some of you guys' submissions. You guys are doing great. And ever since we updated the rule with the open mouth, there should be a little bit more leeway for you guys to stay in it. So good deal. I also noticed that Eric said there's 33 current signups, which is insane. Like we were thinking about 20 would sign up. We're thinking maybe we're lucky if 20 people sign up, but to be at 33, that's pretty cool. So that's gonna make it a nice prize, a nice winner circle, I guess you could say. Yeah, that's pretty crazy, Dario. What happened to Hyder? See, Hyder says boat update. We have agreed upon 15K for the boat. Oh, that's a good deal. I'm going to call Navy Fed second more. Oh, nice. I could be the owner of a CF 41 foot sailboat. Damn, dude, that's big. By month's end. Wow. That's cool. It isn't blood good for chum. It is, but it's against the tournament rules. Zach, we can't chum. So I could be out there getting disqualified. Yeah. Two Geek says the guys were mentioning you the guys were mentioning you've been staying up too late playing video games in the Discord session comms on Saturday. No, it's not that, dude. It's just that my nose is dry, so I don't think sleep has anything to do with your nostrils being dry. But 35 is a big bait tournament. Watch out, Spotties. Here we come. Woo. Very cool. Also, something cool to mention that like I haven't been keeping an eye on it, and I just happened to check today. Is we hit 6,000 subscribers on my regular YouTube channel, which is crazy. So there it is. It just turned over. Like I don't even know when it turned over. It could have been the past week. But we made 6,000 subscribers, and that's outside of a Fishy Hour. Fishy Hour, we're trying to get to 300 still. So if you're new here and you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do. It's a fun little way to get entertained and to learn more about fishing. But I want to say thank you guys, because I know a lot of you guys recommend my stuff to new anglers, not just Fishy Hour, but my other channel stuff, like where I kind of try to like break it down and teach you guys how to fish, or teach somebody that's coming up how to fish. So super stoked. It's like the craziest thing is that from 5,000 to 6,000 subscribers, that was all basically on channel momentum, on the channel generating views with the existing content. Because I don't think I haven't done a video this year for that channel, and I maybe took like the last 3 or 4 months of 2020 from making videos on that channel. I think the only other videos I made was like an announcement that we were going to move over to Fishy Hour for the show. So I'm super stoked and kind of remotivated to make more content for it. So I'm thinking about making I know I have a lot of videos that have different techniques kind of like scattered around, like, oh, here's a Ned rig, oh, here's a Tokyo rig, oh, this is a drop shot, oh, this is that. So I'm gonna take inventory of the videos I already have, and then I'm gonna make a list of actual kind of like I'm gonna look at the camera and basically pretend like I'm sitting across from a new angler and be like, hey bro, what's up? So you want to learn how to fish? This is what you need, and then kind of walk the camera or walk that new angler through the process, right? And then like it'll be like I'm talking to someone, but it makes it very viewable, you know. Like if you're new and you stumble across that, It's like amazing because it's somebody talking to you directly, teaching you how to fish, and that video series will continue to teach people like until YouTube stops putting my videos up, I guess, right? So maybe even beyond my years, right? Which is a pretty crazy thing to think about. So that's outside of the other stuff I'm already doing, but that's gonna be my goal for videos on the Roman Castro channel. Okay, that's what's coming up. Yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be fun. And then also, like I said before, it forces us to think in different ways to teach different people. And then that will hopefully feed more people into here, to Fishy Hour. Because I think a Fishy Hour more like as a community building. It's like where we get to know each other a little bit better, and I get to hear exactly what issues you're having, and then that helps me make better content in my other channel. So I mean, it's a win-win, I believe. So yeah, it's pretty crazy. 6K. Next top is 60K. Woo, that would be insane. 60K channel would be crazy. But you never know, right? We got to put it out there. I apologize, guys. Give me a second to check my nose. Make sure I'm not bleeding. I feel something. Okay, I'm good. All right. Now whenever I feel any kind of like sensation in my nose, I think I'm bleeding. Hyder, does the boat have good recent electronics? That's a great question, Captain Dan. Does anyone watch videos of the prey we're trying to mimic? Oh, that's a good suggestion, Hyder. Watch videos of the prey we're trying to mimic. I'll make sure to get to your onboard. Very cool. Let's film your next video on my boat. I can work a camera. Brian, I'm down. I haven't been anywhere but my house. And I went to work a couple of times, but nobody was there. I went at night. So I've been pretty much quarantined the whole time. We can figure something out. If you want me to get a test before we jump on your boat, I can take a test. I haven't taken a COVID test ever, but I haven't been out. So we can do something like that. That'd be fun. Just let it pour, says Muto. No. That's so gross. And our carpets are like light beige, light tan. So it totally would show. My wife would be so upset. Hey, Captain Dan. Some are okay, but I'll be replacing a lot of it as well as a full rewire. Okay. Yeah, so it's like a fixer-upper or what? Like I guess all boats are fixer-uppers, right? You always have to keep working on them. Eric says ratings will go up. I already got a red shirt, exactly, right? This is why I'm wearing a red shirt, guys, in case something happens. I can like play it off. So yeah, I know it's kind of weird. Okay, that's good. We touched a little bit on the tournament. So the next fishing weekend is going to be this weekend coming up, right? Unless I'm wrong, let me double check. You can always check by going to spottybowl.com. Let's see, Spotty Bowl. Okay, so the next fishing day is the 5th, the 6th, and the 7th of February. So it is this coming weekend. Okay, you can fish Saturday, Sunday, or Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. And the last time we did this, we said that you had to declare your day on Thursday night, but we're gonna change that. Okay, so I was gonna fish on Saturday. I declared it on Thursday, and then I decided not to fish because of the rain. I would have liked to just switch it to Sunday instead, but since I had already declared it on Thursday, I couldn't go back and change it. So I also didn't want to change the rule that same week just because it would have been convenient for me. So I went ahead and took the 0. But this week, since we have enough time, you can declare your day before 6 a.m. of that day. So if you're going to fish on Friday, you could declare it at 5:50 a.m. on Friday. If you're going to fish on Saturday, you could. Anyways, you get what I mean. You don't have to decide what day you're going to fish until the day of, as long as it's before 6 a.m. Okay, Pacific Standard Time, because we're in Pacific Standard Time. And you got to put that note in your submission thread within the Spotty Bowl Discord. Does everybody understand what I just said? Give me a thumbs up. Give me a what should you give me? What should we give me? What should you give me? Yes. A yes? How about a yes? How about a yes, sir? I got it. Because this way, it gives you a little bit of flexibility. It gives you a little bit of flexibility, and you never know. You might there's something always comes up. But yeah, solid copy. Okay, perfect. Cool. All right. This weekend is Mission Bay. That's right. Thanks for the reminder, Brian. This weekend is Mission Bay. If you're fishing Spotty Bowl. Yep. This weekend is Mission Bay if you're fishing Spotty Bowl. It's gonna be crowded, dude. Can you imagine 35 people out there? It's gonna be awesome. So I might just be walking around, I might just be paddling around taking pictures. I might just be paddling around taking pictures instead of fishing. It's just such a cool thing. It's just such a cool thing. So I don't understand, says Eric. Oh, you don't understand, Eric? Okay. Captain Dan says B&G is a sailboat brand from Simrad. Has things for sailing, but not are good. But not our good units. Okay. I think you're talking to higher. What's up, VHRW? Welcome to the show. Thanks for hanging out. In a little bit, we're going to call Captain Scotty. He's going to give us a little status update on what he's been up to in this fishing and what he's looking forward to, I think. So I think tomorrow's Groundhog Day, right? Tomorrow's Groundhog Day. I know because my kid's learning all about it and we've been reading books on it. And here at the school, here at our homeschool, well, not homeschool, it's regular school, but at home through Zoom. But they've been doing a unit on Groundhog Day, which is tomorrow. So tomorrow we're gonna know if we have 6 more weeks of winter, or if we're gonna have an early thaw. Dun dun dun. On a completely different side note, if you have kids and you want to you want to take them out to the snow, there's this really cool place. It's about an hour and a half drive from San Diego. I forget what it's called. Remind me, guys. It's like east. You basically take the 8 and just keep going east, and there's like a turnout. It's like it's not Santa Monica. Something. It's like there's like a big hotel there, and on the way to that big hotel, there's all this area where there's like little hills. And it's all covered in snow right now. It's really nice. My sister just sent me pictures. And you can just take the kids and they can just go like slide down the thing. It's amazing. It's super fun. Is that in Julian? Is that in Julian? Oh, does Julian have snow right now? Yeah, it's cool. Nope, too crowded. Move to SD Bay. Nope, no, we gotta do San Diego Bay. We gotta do it. Okay, let me catch up on the chat. Well, it's 33 people spread across 3 days. Oh, that's very true, Max. That's a very good point. Todd says no spotties in Mission Bay. No way, plenty of room on Mission Bay for us. Yep, exactly. So thanks to all you guys and gals. Cool, thanks, Hyder. What movie were we talking about over here? Oh, Izzy said 38 people is in there and here. Let's hit. Oh yeah, dude, Izzy, thanks for the reminder. Guys, do me a big favor and hit that like button if you can. That'd be fantastic. Look at that. We're at 39 people watching. That's amazing. So, again, I always say this. Well, not always, but I do like to remind you guys that if you have a fishing question, this is a fishing show. Ask your question. Don't feel shy. Don't feel nervous. If you're new to fishing, if you're afraid to ask a question, no, this is a place to ask. Okay? This is a place to ask. This is one of the few places where you're not going to get berated for asking beginner questions. And there is, 38 people in the chat, plus myself. There's 39 people here ready, willing, and able to help you figure out what's going on with your fishing technique or whatever fishing problems you're having. So if you have any questions, put it in the chat. It's all good. This is kind of what the show is for. Okay, so if you've been watching some of my videos on YouTube and it gets you along the way and you kind of like started fishing, but there's something in my videos that's not perfectly clear or that's a little bit confusing, that's the stuff I want to hear about, because that's the stuff that I'll be able to make follow-up videos on that's going to make it clearer for you. And yeah, no worries, Coach. It's all good. That's perfect, Coach. I totally understand. Thank you for the update. Mount Laguna. Ding, 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 ding. That's right, Zach. That's right. Before I lose the train of thought. Yes. The last time I went out to San Diego Bay, we went to Thailand's Park. I met these two ladies. They're like these two women that started fishing based off like the stuff they were watching on my YouTube channel, which is awesome. Like they recognized me, and it was just somebody that I wouldn't expect would be fishing out there, But they're out there. They had an inflatable raft, like an inflatable dinghy, and it was just like they were just sisters, and like they're out there and they're fishing, and they're like, yeah, we've been trying the stuff you were teaching us in the video. I was like, what? So maybe they're watching. So if you're watching, say hello. But that's pretty cool. So I know this stuff is helping people. Wait, go Chiefs! I thought, is the Super Bowl? When is that? Did Super Bowl already happen? Or is that the same weekend? Is that the same weekend? Let me see. Super Bowl 2021. Oh dang. It is on the 7th? Ooh. I know what day I'm going to fish. It's going to be nice and empty. Sunday. I will be fishing on Sunday since nobody's going to be out there. All you football fans will be at home while I slay the spotties. I'll be watching it on my big screen fish finder. Oh. So funny. All right, guys, it's about 7:30. If I don't see any questions come through, I'm gonna call Captain Scotty real quick. Let me get my phone synced up with the mixer. That's so funny. Spotty Girl says, make sure to move water over the gills. Yep. So Spotty Girl had a question. Did I miss it? Oh, what's the best way to release a spotty? Yeah, Spotty Girl. The best way to release it would be to run it through the water a couple of times, right? Make sure it's like alive. That way, when you let it go, it kind of swims away, right? These fish are pretty hardy, so it's rare that you have to do that. Sometimes if you've been kind of digging around there trying to get a hook out, they could get pretty beat down. So if you do that, first of all, you don't want to take too long to take the hook out. If the hook is in there, it's really stuck in there. Don't work on it too long. Give it like a minute, maybe 45 seconds. And if you can't get that hook out in 45 seconds, cut the line as close to the hook as possible. Leave the hook in there and let the fish go, because that'll be less stressful than if you try to sit there and kind of dig it out of him for like 20 minutes or 5 minutes even. Okay, so yeah, that'd be the best thing. Other than that, they're pretty hardy. You gotta just if they seem a little weak, like they're not swimming, or like you put it in the water and it just kind of floats, you might it might already be too late, but you could still try to revive it by lipping it and pulling it through the water, so there's oxygen going through its gills, right? So there's water going through its gills, and then that should do it. You kind of like revive it. It's kind of like CPR. Okay, okay, good, got that one. What's your favorite reel oil grease for your reels? Is that a question for me? I actually, Captain Dan gave me some Lucas oil stuff that's been working pretty well for me. I love the little. It's got like a little metal applicator, and as far as that's for the oil, and as far as grease, I think I just have like the little. Oh, I forget. It's like a yellow container. It's pretty generic, but I like having the little metal applicator for when I'm on the water. I can kind of squirt it in there where I need to go. And again, I'm terrible at doing maintenance on reels, so I don't do very much maintenance. Cool. Okay, good. All right. I work on fishing reels all the time. Good stuff. Oh, VHRW. What kind of work do you do? Do you work in like a shop? Oh yeah, I forgot. I forgot what I was doing. I need to get Scotty on here. Bluetooth. Okay, here we go. I can't find it. Cal's grease. Cal's grease. That's good for your drags. Oh, nice. Anyone else here good at taking hooks out of people? Ouch. That's that's a tough one. That's part of the reason why, guys, we don't want to do the hook in the mouth thing. So that's why we're taking the hooks out of the fish's mouth before we measure them on this hog trough. Anybody have any questions about the measuring of the fish on the hog troughs? Now would be a good time to cover that too. Did you get a kayak? Oh yeah, Spotty Girl. Did you get a kayak? I work for LP Fishing. Oh, cool, very cool. I am known as Braider. Oh, cool. Nice, dude. Welcome to the show. Very cool. Yeah, those LP bait traps, dude. Those red ones are freaking money, dude. I love those things. Yeah, good stuff. If you guys remember from the HoopNet setup videos, we use those LP Fishing Supplies bait traps. We replaced the stock ones with the ones from LP. Good stuff. Salty says, I use Cal's for the drag. Oh, okay, very cool. Oh, you guys talking about real maintenance? That's good stuff. Had an ER doctor show me how to take a hook out. Pretty easy, but never done it. Ugh. Did he take it out of you, or did you take a friend to take a hook out? Yes, Kyle West is a magician, says Arnie. Very cool. Hey, what up, Arnie? Welcome. How you feeling, dude? Jesse says, I know a trick to take them out. Crazy. What's Spotty Girl's goal? Spotty Girl, I missed the goal. Oh, cool. Getting a kayak. Very cool. Yeah, Arnie, just hanging out, having some fun. We're about to call Captain Scotty to get a little update on what he's been up to this year. Beginning of the year, getting ready for the season. So here we go. Let's try to get him on the line. Beep, bop, boop, bop, beep. Oh, it's ringing. Technology is amazing, isn't it?
Hello.
What up, Scotty?
What's up?
Just hanging out, trying to make some magic over here, trying to make a show.
There you go. What's up, Roman?
Happy New Year, dude. I don't think I've talked to you in person, or I don't think I've talked to you on the phone since the New Year. So Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
How's it been going?
Good. Doing a lot of boat work. Trying to get the second boat ready to go. Busy.
Very cool. Have you been doing any fishing?
A little bit here and there. We're pretty much booked on weekends right now, and then as time progresses, then we'll start to get more busy. But to be running 2 to 3 days a week, some weeks it's 3, some weeks it's 1, so average 2 a week is pretty good from what I'm hearing. Talking to the other guys that are running 4-pack or 6-pack for that matter. So I'm happy that I'm running enough to keep myself busy and keep up with the bills, to keep the lights on per se.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's true.
So I'm fortunate and happy with in that respect, and just keep the ball rolling.
It's perfect. So what kind of trips are you running right now?
Right now, so we are running trips down into Mexico for anybody who wants to catch rockfish.
Oh, nice.
Either the Coronado Islands or the South Nine. And then we are also running trips in California, basically targeting bass, halibut, or yellowtail if we see them.
Okay.
Of course, all throughout the year, anytime that we'll go after them. But if anybody wants to target them a little more exclusively, then we'll slowly move around, looking for them on the sonar,
Yeah.
them up on the surface. But that's pretty much the deal. Sorry.
No worries. It's crazy that you're still getting yellowtail right now.
Yeah. So like yellowtail along the coastline is year round even.
Wow.
So it's pretty fun to chase them when you see them. It's just the problem with yellowtail is it's a right time, right place sort of deal.
Yeah.
So if you're there when they come up, then you have a shot at them. If you're not there and when they're doing their feeding on the surface, then short out of luck.
So their feeding cycle is shorter basically when it's cold, I guess.
Well, I think it's more so like what region they're at, because then they can be anywhere along our coastline here, or down the beach in Mexico, farther up north, towards Del Mar Oceanside. So it's more or less, if you happen to happen on them when they're feeding in the region that you're in.
Yeah.
So most of the time that I've seen them, you'll be seeing them like travel south. So like a couple days you might see them up at Northwest La Jolla, and then slowly like moving their way down to like Mission Beach, and then the next day they might be Imperial Beach, and then maybe the Tijuana Flats.
Yeah.
The most of the time when I see them, they have that like southern pattern where they're traveling south. But any given time that you find them along the coastline, it can vary which way they're headed. Sometimes they might hold at Northwest for a couple days. Sometimes, off Mission Beach. Sometimes off Imperial Beach. You never really know.
Yeah.
But so whenever we run our half day trips, we always have surface irons and yo-yo irons ready to go, all rigged up. And then if we see them, then we grab them, because you only got so much time to make it happen.
Yeah. That's crazy. That's cool. Dang, dude.
Yeah.
So what's your prediction for the season? Do you do that? What do you think it's gonna be? Do you think it's gonna be a good season?
If it's anything like the previous seasons, I expect it to be good. I guess we'll start to find out like around March or April.
Okay.
Because then the last number of years, like even back to like 2017, 18, there were guys that were already chasing down. Where did I put my keys? Sorry, I'm like running around doing some other things too. But even back then, there were guys out looking for tuna offshore in February, March. So then there'll definitely be guys that local guys down here that want to go out there and spend some fuel just to look around.
Yep.
Not everybody will hear about it, but really before guys start doing that, before guys start going out there and searching, when guys that are fishing around that time, and they know what it is, if you're going out there, you're either going to find them or you're not, and most likely it's going to be a knot. But and then if they do find them, you got to be in the circle to find that info, because it'll be real hush hush.
Yeah.
But in like 2019, the sport boats were going down to like off Ensenada and getting tuna, and then same thing in 2020. January and February, the sport boats were going down there and still getting tuna. So I haven't heard of any of those boats going down there and getting some. If anybody listening has seen any of those fish counts, because then if they've seen, like, because like the big boats, of course they'll post the fish count.
Yeah.
But it's the small boats that you won't hear, or like 6-pack boats, maybe they'll keep it down a little bit. But if one of the big boats goes down there, they'll post it right away, because then they want people to start booking. So that's kind of how it is. For me, like say like if I haven't heard anything, but if I want to go down there and chase it, because then we're getting this second boat all geared up, and I definitely want to do some shakedown runs on it. So Roman, if you ever want to go do a shakedown run on the new boat, you're definitely got the invite, man.
Dude, let's do it.
Yeah. So I'm still working on the boat right now.
Okay.
I'm getting it all geared up. The 2310 is set up a little bit differently as opposed to the 2320.
Right.
So I ripped out the back seats. I'm putting in coolers for ice storage and
Nice.
putting cushion tops on those for
Nice.
people to sit on still. So there's a little things I still got to do.
That's cool. Let's do like a little commercial, not a commercial, but like a follow up video just to show off the new boat. That'd be kind of cool. I'm down with that.
Oh yeah,
that'd be fun.
That'd be awesome. And then at the same time, let's go take it out for a little shake.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That's awesome. Also, I was thinking, last year we kind of like talked a little bit about this. We never kind of put anything into stone, but this year I would love to do the MMFC Armada, where like everybody that has a boat that wants to go can open up some spots if they want to, and then we kind of just like buddy boat it and kind of like try to scan a big area with all these boats, and then if we find them, we find them.
I'm in it. Yeah. I mean, we'll choose a VHF channel that maybe not so many other people use, and then we'll all be able to work with each other.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. That'd be so crazy. Cool.
I'm in.
Good stuff. So this year, guys, we'll once the fishing picks up a little bit, or we're in it, then we'll set it up. Hopefully by then COVID should be a little bit more in control. That'd be so awesome.
Yeah.
Get your vaccinations done,
sure.
And that'd be so amazing. It'd be like a big release of all of the frustration of not being able to like get together in a way, And then on top of that, you add the excitement of big fish. Forget about it. So cool. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, so for sure, we're going to be running Coronado Islands trip, and so the Coronado Islands, I would suspect to be good. Hopefully before April.
Okay.
Generally by April for sure. Coronado Islands, you can bank on it. You could cash that check in, take it to the bank. April is going to be good at Coronado Islands. But sometimes, we start seeing some decent schools holding at the Coronado Islands or the Rock Pile, TJ Flats area as early as February.
Dude, it's already February. It's crazy. Yeah, it's already here. Yeah. It's pretty much here. Yeah.
Yeah. So hopefully we'll see them sooner rather than later. But whenever those fish are ready for us, we'll be waiting. Awesome. I also haven't, heard of anybody, checking it out. I have heard of some yellowtail being caught at the Coronado Islands on Rapala.
Oh, that's fun.
One, but that was before the storm. And then I heard as of yesterday it is green water at the Coronados right now.
Okay.
So
yeah.
So it'd be a while before I would expect for myself to spend any time at the Coronado Islands looking for pelagic. I heard bass bite is still good, rockfish, lingcod, all the normal bottom fish is still good at the island. But for I heard there was also still bonito as well.
Oh, nice.
So if anybody's interested in that, but yellowtail, I haven't heard of anything as of after the storm. But as soon as conditions, show up prime, I would expect, fish to be there and for boats to be looking for it as well.
So when you're doing your rockfish runs, you're going to Mexico. You said, is it closed now? Is season closed here in the U.S. on
Correct.
rockfish?
Yes. So January, February, it is closed season in California.
Okay, for any rockfish.
For Southern California, is January, February. You move up to Central, Northern California. I believe they're all the way through the end of April. Okay. I may or may not be wrong. Yep. But that is what I believe.
And then Coach shared with us. So that's why you're fishing Mexico, because it's open season there.
Correct.
But Coach shared with us that they're planning to open new depths to fish at.
Correct.
What's your plan for that?
So come March 1st in California waters, you will be allowed to fish as deep as I forget now. So right now it's 75 fathoms to 450 feet.
Yeah.
I forget what they're pushing out to. Maybe it's 600 feet. Maybe Coach can chime in on that part. But yes, in California waters, come March 1st, they're opening up that restriction and allowing you to bottom fish deeper. The other thing is in California, you'll only be allowed 5 vermilion rockfish.
Oh, that's
per
right.
person.
It's supposed to 10, right?
Yep. So,
right. I remember him mentioning that.
So you're still allowed 10 rockfish per person, but a subspecies limit on the red vermilion is going to be a 5 per person.
Got it.
So you can still have 10 aggregate, but only 5 per person per day on the reds.
Yeah, on the reds. Interesting.
Yeah.
Do you have setups for that depth yet, or are you gonna buy stuff, or what's the deal? I know it's kind of going somewhere we didn't plan to, but like this is a cool topic, and I kind of wanted to breach it with you today. So.
Oh yeah, no worries. So I am planning on getting new gear. It just might take me a little while to get it. So then, because stocks are pretty down, I put in an order for Shimano Speedmasters.
Oh, nice.
The reason being that we have used the Toriums and Trinidads even for rock fishing, but then having a star drag and that high gear ratio sometimes could be a little bit tougher to crank up, especially from deep.
Yeah.
So then what I like about lever drags is that the drag washer on a lever drag is much bigger. Pretty much on a lever drag, the drag washer is as big as the same diameter as your spool. Whereas on a star drag, your drag washer is not attached to your spool. So then most of the time it's smaller.
Yeah.
But anyways, so a Speedmaster still has a relatively high gear ratio, so you can pick up a good amount of line per crank, but it also has a little more leverage, so you can pull up fish from the depth.
Interesting.
So I had been using Toriums, but for this upcoming season, hopefully, these Speedmasters come in sooner rather than later. But that is what I'm planning to use for my bottom fishing trips, Shimano Speedmasters. So they'll also be 2-speeds. With
that 2-speed is so clutch, dude.
Yeah, exactly. So if anybody, say they hook up into, like 2 nice big fish, and they're just winching it up, or if I have kids on board, and they can't, turn the reel handle, because then a lot of times when I have kids on board, or even like other people who don't have the forearm strength to hold a rod and reel, then they'll stick the rod in the rod holder, the gunnel rod holder, and try and winch it up. So if we stick the rods in the rod holder and then throw it into low gear, and they just can crank the fish way up, then it's gonna work. I think it's gonna work out well.
Do those come with level wind?
So I do not like level wind at all. So as much as it would be easier to keep the line level on the reels, because most of the time definitely more often than not, I have my groups do not line move the line side to side with their thumb, so all the line ends up on one side at the end of trips. But it's not a huge deal, because they still like levels out enough that the line doesn't hit the frame. But that's the other thing as well, that I try to keep my spools as full as possible, so that the spool is wider with the line, so every crank is picking up the most amount of line as possible.
Right. That makes sense. Because the amount of line on your spool affects the diameter of the last thing in the system. So the bigger the spool, the more it makes sense. The more line it pulls in per crank. Very cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I tried, like, for example, like the Shimano Dakota. So it's basically the Torium but with a line winder, or not a level winder, and it's just too many things, too many moving parts that something's gonna go wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So as much as it would be useful, it would be practical, it's not reliable.
Yeah.
So,
do you think electric reels are gonna go up? Electric reel sales are gonna go up?
I believe so. I believe some people will get them for that reason.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen them even on the charter boats. I've seen some old Asian dudes, with
Hey,
their
hey,
battery pack and right there, they
putting in
lay
work, son.
their rod on the rail. Hey,
Yeah.
they get the fish.
Get it done.
I ain't got no problem with it.
Yeah, he's like, what? I landed it.
Yeah, exactly.
Gaff's just the same as his.
Everybody else is over there gassed. Like,
Yeah, I know. That's so funny. So funny.
But yeah, man. So the only thing though with like electric reels, I mean, you're looking at reels that are $1,000 to $1,500 for any of the main manufacturers. So, and then of course like the whole swordfish craze. So I'm trying to gear up with that. I think like for this full next season, I'm just gonna try and figure it out for myself.
Okay.
I've never done a swordfish run before. I've never targeted it.
I have a friend. I have a friend who like his family's been swordfish fishing for like generations, I would say.
Wow.
So I'm gonna put you in contact with him. Maybe we can just pick his brain. He's a super chill dude. Super cool dude. Super cool. I'll put you in contact with them. Yeah, for sure.
I mean, people who want to go after it will go after it, right? But if they can learn like the right etiquette to go about it, because then like if you go out there, even like to the 9 Mile Bank, and you see some buoys not too far off of a boat, those are their buoys. They have swordfish gear out, and then the buoy allows them to put multiple lines out for targeting swordfish. So if you see somebody, in an area that they're just randomly drifting, you don't see anything, particular up on the surface, and you see some buoys hanging around them, they might be like, kind of like a lobster buoy, but with like a PVC pipe coming out of it. Please stay away from those boats.
Like, don't charge. Much as you can. Don't charge between the boat and the buoy.
yeah. I mean,
you're like,
I mean, like, nonetheless, you do have your distance from other boats, right? Have a respectable distance away from other boats, but have some, extra care for somebody who's got their buoy gear out. Because I'll tell you what, man, that gear is expensive. I mean, you're targeting fish at 1,000 feet depth.
Yeah.
So then, you could be having out, 1,100 feet of line, and then, because, scope and all, and they're using like 8-pound weights. Some people, have to use heavier weights.
Yeah.
And then they have their, their leaders and their rig baits. And then if they rig it themselves, that takes time. Or, there's a few companies that sell pre-rigged swordfish baits. And then, you have to have a swordfish light, basically, underwater lights that are attached to the line.
All that's in the water under that buoy?
Yeah. Yep.
Dang, yeah, that's a lot of stuff.
Yeah. And then just the braid alone to fill up, that much amount of braid is hundreds of dollars. And then you run into it, you cut that braid right in the middle, then they have to respool the whole reel.
Damn.
So yeah, there's a lot to get in there, and so I'm looking at electric reels. I'm looking at the Hooker Electric. It's a $5,000 reel.
Damn.
Just the reel.
That's not even the rod.
Yeah. That's not even the rod. And then,
we have a VHRW in here. He works at LP Fishing. He says other reels to look at are comparable to Speedmaster are the Penn Fathom 2 and single speed, Abbott JX, Abbott LX, and Daiwa Saltis 35 and 40. I think I have the Daiwa Saltis 30.
There you go. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, I love the Fathoms. Definitely like the Fathoms. And then for the Abbotts, I like the second generation, the G2s.
Okay, very cool.
So those are all great, lever drag reels. If anybody wasn't sure on one or the other, any of those would honestly fit the bill.
So when that opens up, will people be able to specifically say, "Hey, dude, I want to go fish for these deep rockfish"?
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. So that's the other thing too. Like I'm gonna go out and look for some new spots. Also,
yeah, I think that's like the fun part right there, is that it kind of challenges you to go find these new areas, right? Because
exactly, because there's all these places that weren't open to previously. Obviously we can't fish them legally, so we're above the board. Where we have to be, right? So,
So funny. That's true. That's
so
exciting. That's exciting.
We'll go spend some time and go look around.
Yeah, yeah, that's exciting. Looking for new spots. Very cool. Let's see. That was very cool. I had a follow-up question, but I forgot while I was like just thinking about the.
Oh,
I got sidetracked.
Going back.
Go ahead.
So as you think about that, going back to those reels,
yeah.
I think the Fathom, and the Speedmaster are pretty much in the same price range. And then like a 2-speed Fathom and a 2-speed Speedmaster, because then the Speedmaster is only 2 speeds, so just keeping it apples to apples. But then a 2-speed Avid, I believe, may be a little bit more pricier. I'm not entirely sure what the retail prices are. I don't get anything retail. I always, get my commercial discounts where I can. Cool. But I think the Speedmaster and the Fathom are within the same price range, and I think, I may be wrong, but I think the Avids, the 2-speed Avids, will be a little more pricey.
Yeah, interesting. I think the Avids also have like two drag washers, like one on each side or something like that. I vaguely remember that from that's
gonna be Accurate.
Oh, okay, yeah, you're right. Accurate ones. Double drag, right?
Yep, exactly. So on both sides of the spool, they'll have drag washers, correct? Yep.
Cool.
So those are going to be the Accurate.
Cool. But, so if somebody wants to go deep sea fishing for the new areas, give Captain Scotty a little bit of time to figure out the new spots, and then he'll take you there, and you can fish. And you provide gear for that too?
Oh yeah. So for all of our trips, we'll provide all the gear.
Yeah. So cool.
So no matter what trip we do, like if you have your own gear and you want to bring it along, by all means. But we'll still have our gear ready for you to use. So all of our trips, we include everything needed minus food and licenses. We'll provide rods, reels, tackle. We buy live bait. We provide ice. I'll do fish cleaning at the end of the trip. It's just you bring your own food. We bring water bottles and Gatorades. If you want anything additional to drink, that's up to you. You just pay for your own licenses.
That's cool. That's cool. Mm-hmm. Nice. And you can hire me, and I'll make a video for you of your fishing experience.
Oh yeah, you want a cool video to go with your memorable trip?
Yeah, exactly right.
With your PB catch.
PB catch. That'd be kind of fun though. That'd be kind of cool.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I thought about some of that too. There was one of my friends. I was getting into photography.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I can have some photos for everybody on the trip. I was like, yeah, I don't know if that's gonna work out for most groups.
Yeah, but like when you go skydiving, they're like, oh, you want the video of you skydiving? Sure.
Right. Yeah. You want the GoPro video?
Yeah. It's not even edited. It's just like, here's a bunch of GoPro video. Good luck with that. That sucks.
Oh, there you go. Roman will edit it for you.
Yeah.
And he'll get you viewed by thousands
I'll make it look all nice and fancy.
YouTube.
There you go. Do you want to be famous? Do you want to be a famous fisherman? It's good. No, it's good. I don't know. Not really. No, it's fun. No, but I take it for granted at this point though. Like I have my best catches, my favorite catches, my interesting adventures that I've gone because of fishing. It's all cataloged for me. I have it. Like I can show my kids later on when they get a little older and they care about it more. They could be like, "Hey, look, this is when we went to Mexico with my friends," and they're like, "Oh, that's cool." Yeah. Or like, oh man, the one time I caught a bunch of friends and I caught like a 316 pound bluefin tuna. They're like, nah, no, you didn't. I'm like, yeah, look, there's a video right here. Boom.
Yeah, man, that was a big fish.
Yeah, it's crazy, dude. So crazy. Well, Scotty, this was fun, dude. I always appreciate talking. I always have fun talking to you, and it just drags on because I love it and it's fun. So I don't want to take too much more of your time. Hit us with their URL if anybody's interested in setting up a rock fishing session to Mexico, or when the season opens up here for the deeper fish or whatever, Yelta, whatever. Give us your contact.
Yeah, so that's going to be www.brothersportfishing.com. There's 2 S's in there, so one for brothers and the second one for sport fishing. Perfect. And so we're going down to Mexico still to go get rockfish. And then if if you don't want to go down to Mexico for like our half day trips, we are targeting calico bass, salmon bass, sculpin, halibut, and yellowtail as well.
Halibut
and yellowtail.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Especially so like halibut fishing, yellowtail fishing, that's trophy fishing, right?
Yep.
Although, those species are available along our coastline, the reason why I say those are the trophy species is that we don't get them every trip. Whereas, calico bass, sand bass, sculpin, and then like when it's open, rockfish, whitefish, that sort, those fish I can pretty much almost guaranteed. They're
I guarantee almost.
Guarantee almost, exactly. Every day is a little bit different. For rockfish, I can pretty much guarantee, but like sand bass, calico bass, sometimes if the current isn't right or whatnot, then sometimes we could have a little bit of slower bite. But generally, we can at least get like for sure, like we'll get some bass. Some of them might be short, but for the most part, we will always catch something within the time that we have allotted for a half day trip.
Right.
But like say like somebody wants to go trophy hunting, if they want to spend all their time looking for halibut, we could go the entire trip without a fish. It does happen.
Yeah, at that point, it's like that person chose to do that. So that's good.
Yeah, exactly. So then, but at the same breath, what if you go, you spend all your time going for halibut, and you get one keeper, two keepers, three keepers. We've had some halibut trips where we ended up with 4 keepers in a 6-hour trip.
That's good, dude. Dang.
Yeah, for Southern California, it's awesome
really
if you can get some keeper halibut. Whereas you go to colder water farther north, if like for example, like the Bay Area. If you're not getting limits of halibut up there, like what are you doing?
Yeah. You're doing it wrong.
Like you got to be good at being bad and not to do that up there.
Dang, harsh. I got some questions that came up. Oscar in Texas says, "Oh snap, I'm down. Do I need my green card?"
No. So then to fish the areas of rockfish down in Mexico. You would need passports. Even to fish the South 9, you are technically you need to have passports and pay for the tourist visas.
Perfect.
So then not green cards, but passports. And then some people they want to go like, oh, I have my birth certificate. That's good enough to get across the border, right?
Yeah. It's
gotta be the passport. Yep.
And then Eric had a question which I can answer, but you can give more details on it. There's different fish limits in Mexico than there is here.
Correct.
There is.
So you want to give your answer, or
I was just basically saying that.
Oh yeah. Yes, there are different limits. So in general, both for California and Mexico, there's a 10 fish bag limit per person per day. However, in Mexico, for all species, there's a sublimit of 5 per person. So then, although you can have an aggregate, a bag total of 10 per person, you can only have a bag of 5 per any one species. Whereas in California, that's not the same. For species in California, you could have 10 of one species in one day per person. Then after that, then there are special sublimits. So, for example, bluefin tuna is a subspecies limit of 2 per person for both U.S. and Mexico. Yellowfin tuna, however, you can have 10 per person per day in California waters. But in Mexico, once again, only 5 of any one species. So you can only have 5 per person per day.
And then in Mexico, the Dorados count for 2. Sorry, 2 Dorados count for 5 fish of that species.
Correct.
Right? Yeah.
Correct. So same thing with bluefin.
Okay.
2 bluefin count as 5 towards your 10 aggregate.
Okay.
So, but however, in California, if you were to find mahi in California, you're allowed 10 per person.
Yeah.
So if you find, mahi in California, you're getting 10. If you find mahi in Mexico, only 2 per person. So, you really hope to find them in California waters.
Yeah.
But, most of the time, most of the pelagics are farther south. So it is what it is, though.
Yeah. I mean, it regulates, it evens out. And then like for yellowtail here in California, it's still the first 5 can be any size, and then after that, after the first 5, they gotta be over 24.
I believe 24. Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. So yeah, for yellowtail, coming, in California, you're allowed. You could have up to 10 yellowtail per person. However, at least 5 of those per person have to be over 24 inches length.
Right.
So head to the end of the tail. Whereas if they are under that, then you're only allowed 5 per person in California waters, and then in Mexico waters, it doesn't matter any size, 5 yellowtail maximum per person.
Man, that's so cool. All right.
Yeah.
Well, once again, Scotty.
And then one last thing about the limits between California and Mexico. If there is a certain species that is fully restricted in California waters, it's a possession thing. So, for example, black sea bass, although in Mexico you are allowed to keep 1 black sea bass per person per day, you are not allowed to bring that over to California waters. So even if you catch it in Mexico, you cannot bring it over. Same thing for cow cod rockfish.
For black sea bass, I remember like years ago, there used to be a form you could fill out. Is that not a thing anymore?
I'm not sure. Because then, for example, technically, for all fish you bring over from Mexico, you're supposed to fill out a declaration form. So technically, you're supposed to fill that out for any fish or game or bird that you bring over from another country. So it's just a very general form. It just applies to everything. So you could be bringing it from any country, and it could be anything. It could be fish, game, bird. But most of the boats down here, to be honest, don't fill it out every time. For me, for example, I only fill it out when I'm bringing rockfish during January and February. But if I'm going to catch tuna throughout the summer, going down in Mexico, technically, we are supposed to do it, but the enforcement on it is not very high there. Yeah. So it just gets cumbersome.
But Dario's got a question. He says, "Can you fish Mexico and U.S. and use both daily bag limits?" No, it's possession. Right,
possession, exactly. So then, although you catch say 10 in Mexico, and you want to come over to to California, and you want to catch another 10, it's possession. You can't have
20 fish
in California waters,
yeah.
Even if you fill out the paperwork saying that you caught it in Mexico and brought it back over. The only way, yeah. So if you were on a multi-day trip, then as long as you fill out the multi-day paperwork,
got it.
Then that's how you can have more
multiple
than
limits.
1 day's limit on the boat.
Awesome. There you go, guys. I bet you weren't expecting that. Boom.
Yep. Regulations. You got to know them. No ignorance.
Yep.
You got to know them.
Yep. They're going to get fined just the same.
Can't say you didn't know.
Right. Cool. Well, awesome, Captain Scotty. Thank you so much. Again, guys, it's Brothers Sport Fishing. There's 2 S's. So at the end of Brothers, there's an S. At the beginning of Sport Fishing, there's an S. So brothersportfishing.com. If you want to book your trip, Scotty's a friend of the show. He always calls in and gives us some awesome advice. He's given us fantastic advice on yellowtail fishing, on rock fishing, and on lobster hoop netting. So I like to support him in his business because he helps us with knowledge, and he's always been a very open contributor to our community and our style of content producing, right? Where we kind of give you all we can and try to make you a better angler, even if it's not necessarily always spotted bay bass fishing. There's also all kinds of other fishings that we get into. So that's what's up.
Yeah.
Thanks again, Scotty.
And so anybody out listening, because that's cool that somebody from Texas chimed in with some questions there. So it sounds like you're getting some more people outside the region. So anybody here who already knows fishing here, but anybody out there that also that may not know how we do fishing here in Southern California and San Diego in specific, whether they're here, you guys listening in, whether you're here locally or you're abroad, if you got questions about how we do our things here, whether or not you fish with me on a charter, I'm always happy to talk fish. go
Let's
on
go.
our website, check out our phone number. That's my personal cell.
Boom.
Just hit me up and say, hey, I got some questions. I listened to you on Roman Castro
Let's go.
live on YouTube. I got some follow-up questions. If I've got the time, I'll talk with you. I'll talk fish. I love it. So and
Very
then if I
cool.
don't have the time, I'll ask you like, hey, can we try, like maybe tomorrow at this time, or yada yada yada.
Yep.
And then if you call me and you get my voicemail, please leave a voicemail, leave a text, leave me something that I could get back to you.
Super
And then
cool.
I'd be happy to talk to anybody who just wants to learn.
That's super nice of you, dude. Very cool. Awesome.
Yeah, because my whole thing is like, if the fishing community around here gets stronger, then everything gets better.
Yeah.
Like if people know how to do things, how to have the right etiquette, and everybody just wants to do the same thing. They want to go out and have a good time on the water. I'm definitely blessed that I get to spend my days, my hours, out on the water. So if anybody, if I could, help somebody out, or just show them the ways and then let them take off, there's nothing that makes me more happy than like having somebody on a fishing trip and then later on seeing them post all their crazy catches on social media. And then I'm like, man, when I first met that guy, he's just learning, just budding out, and now he's out there catching big fish, and man, it's just one of the best feelings ever. I'm just like so happy for that dude.
Very cool. Awesome. Well, thanks again, Scotty.
Yeah, thanks for the time, Roman. Thanks for getting my voice out to the community, and I'd definitely love to do it again. And
Cool.
once this second boat gets ready to go, and once we start running offshore, I'm sure I'll be seeing you on the boat, brother.
That'd be awesome. All right, Scotty. Thanks so much.
All right, thanks, Roman.
We'll
Have a good night, everybody.
Good night.
Woo!
Oh, I missed it. I missed the woo. It's all right. There he is, guys. Captain Scotty in the house. He made me a little teary-eyed, guys. I'm not going to lie. Maybe a little teary-eyed. I get a little teary-eyed because I can see the community, and it's like so nice and awesome. You guys are awesome. So on that note, guys, thank you for being part of this awesome community. Thank you for staying positive and making it just so fun to be a part of this. It's like, I can't describe it. It just feels great. It just feels great to be part of this. And I'm just super stoked on it. So on that note, we'll end the show. Oh, you know what? I didn't even put the theme song music this morning. I didn't even put the theme song music when we started. Sorry about that, guys. Here's the theme song as we go out. Thanks again for being here. Tomorrow we're gonna be streaming from the kayak. Hopefully, if the weather cooperates, I'll be live streaming on Twitch from the kayak, fishing for spotted bay bass. I'll be exploring Mission Bay to do a little pre-fishing session. Hopefully, if the nose cooperates. If the nose cooperates tomorrow morning, I'm gonna go. Not in the morning. I'm gonna go after work. So tomorrow after work. You're welcome to come out if you have the time. We'll be live streaming that on romancastro.com/Twitch. Did it come up? Oh, it didn't come up. Weird. There it is. romancastro.com/Twitch. We'll be back here again on Wednesday for Bay Fishing with Roman and Brian. Ha ha ha. We'll be doing talking about bay fishing, talking about the tournament, and whatever Brian has prepared for us. Brian never disappoints. He does a great job of preparing shows for us on Wednesdays, and I'm really looking forward to it. So I hope you guys have a great night. We'll talk to you soon. And if you've been watching me game on Twitch, I'm probably gonna jump on there later tonight. So feel free to come by, hang out, talk smack. We can continue talking about fishing or whatever. That's again on Twitch. So romancastro.com/Twitch. And once again, guys, thank you so much for helping me get to 6,000 followers or 6,000 subscribers on YouTube, which is amazing. And I will continue to try to do my best to continue to bring content that helps you get better at fishing and makes your life more entertaining or more fun. I don't know. You know what I mean. All right, guys. Sounds like the song is ending, so I must end my rambling. Have a great night. I'll see you guys tomorrow. If I don't see you tonight, all right? Good night, guys.